Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a complete masterclass on Tux Paint. Whether you're an avid digital artist or just looking for a super fun way to bring your ideas to life on screen, you're in the right place. We are going to go line by line through the chapter, uncovering all the tools and magical effects, and then we'll tackle the chapter questions together at the end. So, let's get into it. All right, here is our quick agenda for today. 1. Welcome to Tux Paint. 2. Exploring drawing tools. 3. Creating magic effects. 4. Saving and exiting. And 5. Solving chapter questions. Starting off with Section 1. Welcome to Tux Paint. So what is Tux Paint exactly? Well, it's a completely free, incredibly easy-to-use software built for creating pictures. It comes fully loaded with inbuilt libraries of backgrounds, animations, and even sounds. But honestly, one of its best features, and a real game changer for just getting straight to the creativity, is how it saves. It saves and loads your images as thumbnails. That means you literally never have to type out a file name to save your work. It's just wonderfully simple. Now, the Tux Paint window is perfectly organized into 5 main components. On the left side, we have the toolbox, which holds your basic tools and controls. Dead center is the canvas. You might also hear it called the working area, and this is where the magic actually happens. Down at the bottom is the color palette, giving you a full rainbow of choices. Over on the right is the selector, which actually updates to show different options depending on whatever tool you're using. And finally, right at the very bottom is the information area. This gives you handy little prompts and details as you draw. Moving right along to Section 2, Exploring Drawing Tools. Creating a freehand drawing in Tux Paint is as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. First, you just select the Paint button from the toolbar on your left. And when you do that, notice how the selector on the right changes. It pops up a sub-toolbox full of different brush patterns. Step 2, click whichever brush pattern you want. Step 3, just click and drag your mouse across the canvas to draw. And Step 4, let go of the mouse button when you're done. It's completely intuitive and gives you total freedom to sketch out whatever is in your head. Next up, we have one of the absolutely most fun features, the stamp tool. You can really think of this like a book of ready-made digital stickers. You can paste cool images, like a bunch of adorable penguins, right onto your canvas. When you select the stamp tool, you get some awesome controls in the sub-toolbox too. There's a slope bar right above the color box that lets you easily make your stamp bigger or smaller. Oh, and there's a mirror option, so you can flip the stamp to face the exact opposite direction. Now, beyond the freehand drawing and stamps, we've also got the shapes and text tools. The shapes tool lets you draw polygons like rectangles, squares, and triangles. But here's the really cool part. After you draw a shape, a spin arrow pops up, letting you rotate that shape a full 360 degrees before you lock it in. And if you want to add a message, it's a breeze. Just click the text tool, pick your style from the selector on the right, choose a color, and start typing right there on your drawing. Okay, Section 3, Creating Magic Effects. The magic tool is really where Tux Paint shines. It gives a completely special appearance to your pictures. You can use the edge effect to trace the outlines of an image, or try the foam effect, which literally looks like the soapy bubbles you get when you wash your hands. If you're building a nature scene, you can draw lush grass along the bottom, pop some flowers right on top of it, and then drag your mouse in a big arc to paint a real rainbow across a blue sky. Want to add some movement to those static shapes? You've got to check out the wave effect. By grabbing this from the magic sub-toolbox, you can actually make your picture wiggle. You can have it wave horizontally, up and down, or even side to side, which totally transforms basic shapes into these dynamic, wavy illusions. And we can't skip these unique additions. The noise effect adds random black dots to your picture. It looks exactly like a TV that just lost its signal. And here is a fun wow fact straight from the chapter. If you use the white noise effect, it isn't actually just white dots. It's a mix of white, gray, maroon, and blue dots all blended together. Pretty cool, right? Finally, we have the rain effect, which lets you click to place realistic falling raindrops anywhere on your canvas to create a nice, moody scene. All right, section 4, saving and exiting. When you're all done, exiting Tux Paint safely is just a quick 3-step process. First, hit the Quit button down in the toolbar. A little box will pop up asking if you really want to quit. Just click Yes to close. Then, if you haven't saved your masterpiece yet, a second box asks if you want to save. Click Yes again. The little penguin mascot will pop up to confirm that your file is safely saved as a thumbnail. And that brings us to section 5, solving chapter questions. Time to test what we've learned. Here's our first multiple choice question from the back of the chapter. What is the drawing area of Tux Paint called? Is it A, toolbox, B, selector, C, color palette, or D, canvas? Take a second to think back to our breakdown of the window. Well, if you guessed D, canvas, you nailed it. And remember, this dead center space is also sometimes called the working area because that is where all your drawing and editing takes place. Let's try an application-based question next. Imagine a girl named Radha is creating a scenery in Tux Paint. She wants to add a rainbow, some raindrops, and some grass. Which specific tool or effects should she use for this? The answer is, of course, the magic tool. By hitting the magic button on the toolbar, Radha can easily grab the real rainbow, rain, and grass effects from the selector on the right to build her nature scene. Okay, next up is a quick true or false question. True or false, when you save a file in Tux Paint, it is saved as a thumbnail. That is true. As we talked about earlier, this is one of the absolute best things about Tux Paint. It saves your image visually as a thumbnail, so you never, ever have to worry about typing or remembering a file name. Finally, let's wrap up our review by doing a quick matching exercise. The toolbox matches perfectly with contains various basic tools. The canvas, as we just went over, is the drawing area. The stamp tool is your best friend for adding ready-made images, like our penguins. The text tool simply adds text, and the eraser tool, always good to have on hand, is used to delete unwanted parts of your drawing. And there we go, you guys did fantastic with those questions. We walked through the layout, mastered the drawing and stamp tools, played with the magic effects, and totally aced the chapter review. So the only question I have left for you is this. With all these amazing tools, stamps, and magical effects right at your fingertips, what incredible world are you going to build in Tux Paint today? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep creating, and I'll catch you next time.